It was a busy day at the wharf, and Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel were bustling about with trucks. Just then, Ryan arrived. After Percy's recent accident at Harwick, repairs to the station platform had to be made, and Ryan had come to collect some stone.
"Oh, hello, Peter Sam,"
called Ryan.
"Good morning, Ryan." "What are you doing all the way over here?"
asked Sir Handel.
"Just picking up some stone for Harwick. I don't get to come out here often, do I?"
"I think it's the first time we've seen you down here, I'll say that." As he backed towards the trucks, he found his brakes to be a bit sticky.
"Whoa! Okay. We're stopping now.
Huh. That would never suit his grace,"
boomed a voice. Ryan looked to where it came from and saw a small tender engine that he had never met before.
"I'm sorry. Brakes are just sticking a bit. Only spilled a bit of the load, thankfully."
"I knew an engine who thought a little spill wasn't a big deal,"
muttered Duke.
"Then he got turned into a generator."
"Oh, come on, Duke. No use in scaring him," chuckled Peter Sam.
"All right, I won't. But I hope you like your wheels while you've still got them."
"Oh, dear,"
said Ryan.
"Well, I better be off. I don't want to be late. Nice meeting you all."
As Ryan continued down the line with his train, he couldn't help but continue to think about what Duke had said. As Ryan arrived, workmen were busy taking supplies to the station, and with the platform having no road connection, they had to cross the tracks. Ryan was so distracted thinking about Duke, he didn't see the men. "Ryan, stop!" called his driver as he screwed the brakes hard on. He stopped just in time as the workman jumped out of the way.
"What were you thinking?"
shouted a workman.
"That was incredibly dangerous. You're lucky we were able to get out of the way in time."
My, Ryan,
smirked Daisy.
I never would have suspected something like that from you. Let's hope you don't make it a habit."
"Sorry, sir,"
Ryan puffed.
"Had my mind on something else. It won't happen again."
"I would hope not."
"Let's get this train dropped off and get back," said his driver. "We must stay on time with our other work." Sir Topham Hatt won't be pleased if we were late, especially after that little incident. Along the way back down the line, Ryan had to make a stop for water.
"Afternoon, Donald, Mike,"
he said.
"Heard about your little incident earlier,"
chuckled Donald.
"Young diesels tend to have big mouths."
"You know, just because the workmen are standing upright and motionless with their arms by their sides doesn't mean they're bowling pins,"
joked Mike. Ryan gulped.
"Good talk, you two, but I'm afraid I must be off. Gotta see a duke about a duchess."
Wait, what?"
"No idea, wee laddie."
As Ryan continued on, he had hoped news of his incident hadn't left the branch line, but things did not go his way.
"Workmen beware,"
chuckled Douglas.
"Here comes Ryan."
"Just keep your eyes peeled. The yard is full of workers," added James with a laugh. When Ryan arrived at the wharf later that afternoon, he began desperately looking for Duke.
"Oh, I need to find that little engine. I don't want to become a generator. Oh, there you are. Glad I found you.
You know, you must be a troublesome lot. Do you know how to run on rails or not?"
"Oh, bother. Not you too. I suspect Sir Topham Hatt knows by now, too. How long have I got with my wheels?"
"You still have a chance yet,"
muttered Duke,
"if you learn how to do things his grace's way."
"Oh, thank you,"
chuffed Ryan. Soon enough, Duke was telling Ryan all about how to suit his grace. Finally, Ryan knew just about everything he needed and was on his way back up the coast. Later, as he puffed up along, he was thinking about everything Duke had told him. The sun was shining and the sea was glistening, but he wasn't paying attention to that. Look at the track, never mind the view. He arrived at Harwick safely, but not on time. The workmen were not pleased.
"Hey, what was the holdup? We needed this an hour ago. If you keep taking that long, we're sure to fall behind schedule.
Sorry, sir, replied Ryan. As his train was being unloaded, Daisy bustled in.
You know, Ryan,
She said,
first the incident this morning, and now you're running late. Just what will Sir Topham Hatt think of you? Oh, he certainly won't like it.
Ryan gulped and hurried away, trying to catch up on time. Soon, he was on his way back to the wharf for his final load. He wanted to make up time, but he didn't want to have another incident. He was puffing along at a good pace until suddenly his driver applied the brakes for a man waving a red flag.
Is everyone all right?
Asked Ryan.
Everyone's good here,
Replied Harvey.
Poor old Henry had a wee bit of an accident, but I've nearly got it cleared.
Don't be long now, please. I'm going to be late at the wharf. That certainly wouldn't suit his grace.
Excuse me?
Spluttered Henry, trying to understand if he had just heard what he thought he heard. Soon enough, the line was clear and Ryan could get back underway, but he was very late now. He wasn't worried about Duke anymore. He had his mind on Sir Topham Hatt and his wheels. He flew along the line and headed for the wharf. As Ryan approached the wharf, he was so focused on looking straight ahead, he hadn't been paying attention to his surroundings, or Luke coming towards the crossing. By the time he did, it was too late.
Brakes, driver! Brakes!
But it was no good. Ryan slid across the line and hit one of Luke's trucks.
Luke! Ryan! Are you okay?
Called Scarloey. I'm fine, but I'm not too sure about Ryan. Ryan wasn't even sure how he felt. He wasn't hurt, but something just didn't feel right.
Ryan,
Sighed Sir Topham Hatt.
I expected better from you of all engines. You'll have to go to the works to mend not only your brakes, but also your buffer beam, too. You're not to blame for the faulty brakes, but that still doesn't excuse the excessive speed.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. This really would not suit his grace.
Groaned Ryan sadly as he left for the steamworks. Ryan sighed to himself as he sat at the works. His buffers and his brakes were repaired, but he still didn't feel like he was a useful engine anymore. Just then, he heard a familiar set of whistles.
Oh, hello, you two. What brings you over here so late?
We heard about you and Grandpa.
Snickered Sir Handel.
Who?
Old Duke, smiled Peter Sam. He used to say, suiting his grace was the first thing a young engine should learn.
The second thing an engine should learn,
Smirked Sir Handel.
is that Grandpa means well, but he doesn't always know best.
Oh, well, I can certainly tell, replied Ryan. Soon, Sir Handel and Peter Sam were telling Ryan some of their own stories about Duke. After that, he was feeling a lot more like his old self again, and was more than ready to get back to work.